All right, welcome back to Lane Switching. Today, I'm here with my guest, none other than 4.Zammy. Welcome to the Whip My G. Thank you for being here today.
Nah, no problem, man.
So let's just get it started off. Talk a little bit about your upbringing and just life before music.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Damn, like, I've been out here like in Ottawa my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
like, uh, first first memories I have out here is probably growing up in like the South Side. Like, I remember just moving around with my mom because my mom was like she was a young mother and shit like that, so she moved around a lot. So, but really, me remembering like making my first friends and stepping out and shit like that was like really like growing up in the South Side. I lived in Hetherington, um, with my mom, my sister, and my little brother. Right. I came here. I came to Canada like I was one. I think my mom was like 16. Yeah, she was 16. It just me and my little sister were babies. I don't even remember like the plane flight or anything like that. I just remember just like little like flashes and shit. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't really remember anything from back home or anything like that. I'm really like people in like it's culture. In our culture and stuff like that. They always like point out to certain individuals that like super westernized. Like damn, you don't even vibe with the music. It's not even that I don't vibe with like the music or the culture. I fuck with the culture, but it's just like, a clear disconnect from being out here, and listening to 50 and listening just the swag and the you feel me and everything, and I don't remember, so I remember just growing up. Growing up was good. Like, I have a big family. I remember having a lot of people around me, like family, aunties, even though they weren't blood, but like in our culture, just like if your mom and them know each other like this, then it's like family. So I call them aunties, grandmas, and things like that all around me. Just remember, just a big family environment. Yeah.
That's fair. That's cool. So actually, when and why did you start making music?
Uh, like my earliest memory of making music for real was probably like school events. Like when you're in like primary school and your class has to like perform in front of the school for like I don't know like Christmas or
Oh, yeah.
some shit, and just being like always getting the like main roles in the plays, or always being put in front, and always like teachers and people recognizing certain talents that I had, and always be like, yo, damn, and always put going like being pushed in front and kept pushing and everybody around me. And just the influence of my home, like my home was always drowned in music of different culture, American, African, you know what I'm saying? So like I think really once I listened to this to Drake, to a Drake the Take Care album, I think it was 2013,
Mm-hmm. So,
and I listened to it, and because like I don't know what I was going through as a kid. I think because I had moved from the south side to the west side, and I was just like super down, because I felt like uh my Dukes was like, yo, like all my people are from there, like I don't want to make new friends, and shit like that. So when I heard Take Care, it just inspired me. I took a I took a pen. I started writing my first verse, just writing. Like I want to be like Drake. You know what I'm saying? The bars, you feel me? That he was dropping on that shit was crazy, and it inspired me. But I didn't know how to find beats. So I was like, I wrote one verse, and I was like, damn, how do I make beats? I tried to make beats on my phone, like on my mom's Android and shit. It didn't really go. It didn't sound nice, and I was like, fuck it, and then I stopped. And then I restarted when I was like around 16. When I was 16, I started making music again. And then that's when I figured out, oh, you can go on YouTube, you can download beats. And then I got on like different apps and started recording myself on a laptop in my mom's basement. Started dropping on SoundCloud. And then went to school one day, and I was just started making people listen to it. And then I remember the older guys, I think I was in grade like 9 or something, like the seniors and shit. They would listen to it, and you're expecting like they finna roast you. You feel me? They finna
yeah, yeah.
diss you, because they're older, and So then they're like, "Yo, this you?" It's like, "Yeah, this is me." And they're like, "Damn, bro, like keep going, shorty." So that
For
was
sure.
hard.
For sure. That's dope. So speaking on that, kind of what inspires you to make music?
Uh, at any time I remember just going into music because music for me is kind of it's like a feeling, you know. I don't like a lot of people be telling me something like, "Yo, make a song right now," and I'm like, I don't feel like making a song right now. I don't feel anything. Like I damn near feel like I don't make them. I receive them. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of a flow. So it's like it's a certain state that I get into. You know, anytime like it was always like a lot of things were going on, and you know I didn't have any other outlets, so it was like feeling pressure or feeling compressed or suppressed and needing a way to express that, you know,
Yeah,
mostly.
that's dope. So where did you actually get the name 4.Zammy? Where does that come from?
Like, well, my legal name is Sandino, right? But that was like my mom gave me that name. My dad, like, he didn't fuck with that name. He fuck with Sammy, you know, with Samuel, you know. So he just started calling me that, even though my legal name was Sandino. He just started calling me that, and everyone started calling me that, right? Growing up, I always fucked with the number 5 because it looked like S because my name started with S, and I felt like 5 S and Z looked alike. So once I time I started rapping was in 2016. I was like, I need a name, and then I called myself Young Zammy, right? And then something happened to that whole, you know, Instagram persona, whatever. So then I needed a new name, and it was like I got into some like angel numbers and 4 like just clicked with my with what we were doing at that time because it was like 4 basically the like my brand's called Ride Forever, right? So when I created that brand with my homie Free KMJ, he's locked up right now in Paris, you know, he got sent off to Paris. You know, some shit happened a few years back. He got locked up. So Free, my homie, we were sitting in the library and we were like, but we need a name that we can call like, and then we have our name. So we were like, yo, it's Ride Forever. So it's like we're 4, and then our names are forever. You feel me? So 4.Zammy. That's how we created it. And angel numbers and connections. I just started once I did that. I just started seeing 4 everywhere. So we became 4s. You know,
That's dope. So obviously you've grown up from like different ends of the city, but just speaking on the West, like how has that influenced your sound?
like I would say that like man for real like where you become a man is where you're from. You know, like I did everything to be the person that I am today was like founded out there in the West End. Like the West End, what I would say was like I think it was just the kind of music we listened to when we were just running around. It was just like it was more melodic. You know what I'm saying? Like when we played, if someone passed the aux or something like that, we always listened to like singing. There was always something about, yeah, we fuck with like Chief Keef and shit like that. But it was always something about that pain shit, that shit that where you're like, yo, there's a limit to what I can talk about and on the drill beat or some shit, you know. But niggas were struggling for real. So
Hmm.
niggas like we would laugh it off like between each other. We would hang with each other, and it would be like, "Yo, damn nigga, like I see my mama cry about rent," and then niggas would make a joke about it, or you feel me, or like, "Nigga, you come to school, you ain't got no J's, or you ain't got no kicks, you ain't got no money." So it's like we finna make a joke about it, but once you go into the studio, it's like, what the fuck? What are you really feeling? You know, when no one's around and you're in that dark studio and you're in that box, that's what comes out. And I feel like anyone from that environment can relate. You know.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I think it was either this week or next week, or not this week or next week. This week or last week, you kind of you just posted something basically on your story, just kind of talking in general about award shows.
Yeah.
Um, what is your opinion on award shows? Do you think they matter, and is there a spot like is there a place for them? Like,
Of course, I believe that award show award shows matter because I feel like artists throughout history like like till today, for real, like artists are making first time in history where artists are really making money. You had to die and your paintings or your music or your craft was sold for millions of dollars once you died. But today we making money for real. So recognition was always important. But like the thing is, what I was saying in my story was like it was bigger than just the award show. I feel like I was just frustrated with my city. And I don't want anyone to think that like for real, like I'm just hating
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
but like I'm really outside. Like I'm from here.
yeah,
If you ask around, like I'm from here. I know what it is, and I'm not just from here, but I be everywhere. I be in Toronto, I be in MTL, I be everywhere, and I be talking to motherfuckers about the city, people about the city, and be like, yo, people don't even know. Like when you ask if you go to Toronto, right, 4 hours away, or you go to Montreal, 2 hours away,
yeah,
and you ask them like, yo, what do you think about Ottawa's music scene? And they'd be like, yo, people rap in Ottawa. There's street stuff happening. There's neighborhoods. There's black people in Ottawa. And if you go to the States, they think we live in igloos. You feel me? They think
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no summer and shit like that. Like shit ain't busting. I'm like, damn, like, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then I really just kicking with my homies, like, and then really understood it was misrepresentation. Anytime the blogs and stuff like that, it's really pay to win. I learned that it's
yeah,
pay to win. And a lot of these blog pages don't be outside like you. I fuck with what you do because I can go on your page and be like, these are the people, even if I don't like a nigga, even if I feel like I don't rock with this nigga, I know I'm never gonna be like, oh, he's not supposed to be there. Because when I mean like, yo, when you talk to people, when you really go into culture, the lingo, the swag, the history, who's who, you know what I'm saying? These are the people. But then, and a lot of times on these blog pages, these award shows, these little things that people are trying. Obviously, yeah, we're trying. Everyone is trying. You know what I'm saying? But nothing is too good for criticism,
mm-hmm.
especially us, especially when we're nationwide, we're not even recognized, So there's a lot of criticism that we have to make. And I feel like out here there hasn't been platforms where people like me can be like, yo, this is what we keep doing that makes it that someone that like, yeah, when it's between friends and shit, like, oh, I'm your homie. You drop a song, I'm your homie. I'm never gonna judge you,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if I don't know you, bro, I'm 4 hours away. I don't know you. I don't know your history. I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about you. But I'm gonna be the most objective,
mm-hmm.
right? So when a lot of times Ottawa, a lot of people say that it's the city small, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, it's not about that. It's about representation. It's about putting the right people, the right talent in front, the people that can that represent what we are the best. You know what I'm saying? And people will be like, and then that's when you start seeing that the kids stop talking like Toronto people because there's always a joke that Ottawa niggas try to talk like Toronto people because they're ashamed. You feel me? They're ashamed of being from here, and
Yeah,
it's apparent, and that's because, bro, the people that these blog pages, that these award shows are putting out, it's fully political. It's about, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he has money. But the kids that are really making waves, they don't have no money. They don't
yeah,
have no access to pay you for you to post them. So if that's what you're doing, and then you have a page with like a few thousand, and then people come and they're going on the Instagram algorithm, and the algorithm is pushing these pages out, and they're like, yo, what's in Ottawa? And they go and they can't find the kids that are really making the wave that don't have the opportunities, you feel me, to get on your page or to get on this. If you're not outside and you're not really doing it for the city, then there's a misrepresentation. Then you find you know what I'm saying, a guy is like, yo, who's this? Oh, this is garbage. Oh, there ain't nothing going on in that city, when
yeah.
there's a whole lot going on.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think when it comes down to it, the only people that are to blame for Ottawa not being more like popular or whatever the case may be is people from Ottawa.
Facts.
Is at the end of the day, the city needs to just uplift each other better and just represent, the whole city rather than just a certain section. And I think with whether it's a blog page or
But
an
you, but
award
you know what
show,
I'm gonna say though?
yeah,
I get what you're saying when you say that, to represent the whole city. But yo, if a side of the city doesn't make quality music, why? Why would we do that? Why would we
yeah,
put a light on?
fair
If they're
enough.
not, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not about represent. You can bring the camera to this side, this side, this side, that side. But if you bring it to this side and they don't make good music, bro, let them be in the dark. The dark is where you grow. You feel me? Because that's just distracting from the people that are making quality. It's not, you get me? When you understand the fact that it's not just about representing everyone. Because we're not, niggas, yeah, if you, me, what I can only speak for myself and for my people. We trying to get amps. We trying to get money off of this stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
We have people to take care of. You feel me? So when we be like, yo, we're trying to get deals. So the shit has to be like, it has to be quality. It has to be like, yo, is this quality music? Is this real? You feel me? You can't just put the camera or just talk about him because he's doing it. Because then there's a whole motherfuckers that are doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And their shit is not good. No one listens to it because it's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, but it's a thin line between representation and quality, and who decides what the quality is,
Mm-hmm. The only thing I would say to that is that, like, I mean, music in general, or just music, is subjective. So really, it all depends on who it is. And for me, it's like, when I post someone, I don't want to just post it because I like their music. I want to post it because maybe someone else likes their music. And it's also another thing when it's like, where it's like the guy might be trash now, but putting him on and showing him some love now might push him to get to that next level. Yeah. And so, there's all different ways to look about it, but I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel you. I agree with what you're saying too. Okay.
For sure. So, speaking about your music, you actually just dropped a dope track called "Talented." Speak a little bit about that, just everything that goes with it.
Yeah, I made "Talented" off just like speaking about myself. Like, that's all I do with my music, Someone might say whatever they want to say about my music, but I know I'm talking about myself. And basically what "Talented" is about the pressure. You feel me? The hook is, my bro say he gonna shoot for me because I'm talented, and the pressures of being seen as that person in your family, your community, you feel me? And knowing that, like, damn, like, bro, like, where I'm from, how it works, bro, like, I can tell a kid, like, yo, go crash out. Like, I can make someone go crash out. And then that power, you know what I'm saying? That power and that, like, that pressure of being like, but I gotta show up. You feel me? I gotta show up, and I gotta take care of anyone that does. That if I push a button, you feel me? Or I make a call, or I pull something, I gotta make sure that I'm ready to take care of everyone. So the other part of it is, pass me the pad and pen. I'm gonna make a milli off of it. You feel me? And being like, yo, any sacrifices, anyone, and it doesn't even have to be a crash out tip. It can be an investment. It can be people investing in you. It can be people believing in you, people sending you love, or doing whatever they gotta do because you're that person. You feel me? Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's dope. So, you actually have tonight a live performance.
Yeah.
Just like talking about that, what do you enjoy the most about performing live? And what do you think is the most beneficial part about it?
The thing I fuck the most with about performing is, it's real, I feel people. And I, like, Instagram, you can cap on Instagram. You can cap even on damn near. I seen some shit that Atlantic Records just got caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fake streaming. Like, even on, you feel me? Spotify, you can cap on Spotify. You can cap on YouTube. Like, damn near all these rappers, their YouTube views, but you can't cap a live performance.
No.
You can't cap people in the room. You can't cap people singing to your shit.
That's facts.
And I feel like that's the OG way. That's the real way to just do as much performances, touch as much people. So I get to touch people, and I get to, you feel me, feel it and be like, oh, they don't like this song. They like, So it's about that connection that I make with my fans and the people, my supporters.
Yeah, most definitely. And back in the day, like, a very big trend was almost every city had that. It was almost like, if you kill it at that stage, then you've made it. And so, like, there's a Wu-Tang show that was out on Disney, and it was basically them going to perform, and if they flopped, their career's over. But if they make it, they're the best in the city. So I think You know what I mean? That's kind of lost nowadays with social media. But if you perform and you kill it, then you're definitely it definitely shows that you have a voice and that you have actual potential to be,
Yeah.
you know.
And we booked up like we booked up. Like my team make sure that I stay on stage. Like I'm really booked up. These niggas don't be booked up. They don't be booked up like we booked up. We gonna keep being booked up, you know.
Most definitely. So for the rest of this year, we're just wrapping up. It's already December. And going into next year, what can we expect from you?
Man, consistency. Like anybody I've talked to is like, yo, you the flyest. Like your flow, like everything. You check all the boxes. You really from where you say you from. You really seen. You really done what you said you've done. It's just that nigga, you can't starve us for 4 months and not drop anything, and that's my fault. That's me getting distracted. That's me, feeling like, getting distracted with whatever, the streets, with money, with family, and not being like on top. So what is coming up is consistency. I'm developing my brand, uh, just identity, uh, more communicating more with my fans, because
For
I have
sure.
to like move. I'm kind of a introverted person, so I got to move out of my comfort zone and start going on live more, going out and doing things where I can touch people and speak to people. So you're gonna feel me more for real, most definitely.
That's dope. That's dope. So for people who want to find your music and just keep up with what you're up to, where can they find you on social media?
Like, you can find me at 4.Zammy on all platforms. You gotta search up 4.Zammy if you know find me, and you find everything I've made up to date. Um, yeah, that's it.
That's
For
dope,
Zammy,
man. I really appreciate you doing this. It was a great conversation.
for sure.
Definitely a favorite. So that was the interview with
Yeah, I
Zammy.
want to ask you a question.
Yep, yep.
I want to ask you, uh, what's your favorite song that I made?
What's my favorite? I mean, I really like the new one, but
Yeah,
before that, I forget. It's like you're wearing like a white, like in the music video, you got a white shirt
yeah.
with like a green bandana on.
Okay, Crowned. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
fuck with that one?
yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah,
people
yeah.
slept on that one? I feel like that visually was sick. You know?
Your visuals are fire. I gotta say,
Yeah.
your
Shout out,
visuals are
shout out, BPM 350 Co and the whole team.
for sure.
Yeah, they keep me cooked up for real.
So that was the 4Zammy interview. I'm DF2. That's 4Zammy. Peace, y'all.